Hello, I'm Jackie Creeley. Sorry, it's a few minutes late this morning. Um, this tuning is part of a procedure that we always do when we do biofield tuning, and it's the opening procedure. And I always find that it's extremely helpful in getting a flow going in the clients. The more attention I place on opening the client to the Earth star and the Sun star, the more successful the session is. So I really find it vital that we open our flow, our electric flow through our body. And this actually brings us much more into the present, into the here and now. And when we do that, we get a really good flow. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to start this now. I'm going to use the main 174 fork, and I'm going to start with a point below your feet, which we call the Earth Star. And then I'm going to actually flip you round without actually doing it, so it's still in the camera, and then I'm going to work on the top of your crown. And I'm working with a hologram of anyone who's watching this now or in the future by placing them on the plinth behind me. So enjoy. You can lie down or you can sit down and breathe from your belly like a child. Nice gentle breaths, and enjoy the tuning, helping you bring you into the here and now. So, okay, so I'm now going to start tuning at the head, at the feet rather, and we're going to find the point that is the Earth Star. And I'm also going to use a pendulum, that's part of the protocol too, and I'm choosing a very nice orgonite pendulum so you can see what's happening. Normally you use an opaque pendulum and you wouldn't be able to see it as it's turning. So this is another very useful tool for the tuning. So I'm going to start now, and my back will be slightly to the back of you while I tune the Earth Star, but you'll be able to see hopefully the fork. So the intention is to bring everyone into the here and now, out of their heads, into their bodies, and ground you. Right, so now it's about here, I believe. I'm going to test this with the pendulum, and I can see, move this chair out the way, this is much better. So you can see my pendulum, and I'm actually asking it to where the point is. Just for the video, it's much easier for you to see. Now, because it's a group of people, it also can amplify the energies. So it's quite strong, it's whizzing quite quickly. And we're going to find the edge, and it's just where my fork stopped to. It stopped abruptly here, and this is really like when you draw it out and you feel a kind of pull, and here we are. So this is the part, the active part now. I'm actually going to be sending energy, and you can imagine this, you can breathe this too. We want to send the energy from under your feet all the way up to above your crown. With the intention of bringing you into the here and now. It does this automatically anyway. So now the sounds are going to recalibrate any tension in the body, any blockages in the flow. This tuning fork will start clearing them as your own etheric body hears this tone and adjusts to the tone of the fork. And when it's clear, the tone of the fork will sound very clear. I'm having to breathe out, feeling quite a lot now, and I'm going to drink water, and I advise you to, whenever you're thirsty, to drink water. So, breathing in this lovely cool energy from Mother Earth. Under our feet and up through our shins and our knees, our thighs, into the groin area, the the intestines and the digestive area, the liver, the adrenals, the solar plexus, the chest, all the way up the back through to the shoulders, the neck, the face, the ears, brain, out through the top of your crown. So as I breathe out, I'm imagining this energy leaving my crown and going right round me in a loop, in a large, up to 5 or 6 feet wide field, like an elephant when he does a shower of water or a fountain. Just imagining this going all the way up you, and then cascading down. You can also imagine some of this cascading down in a spiral down your centre. And the energy, the tone change there. It lost its kind of, I'd say its manicness. It's become rather more mellow. I'm concentrating on my breathing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this earth star very little closer to your body. This also can consolidate the flow because we're going to be connecting this with the energy above your crown later, which is your sun star. So I don't want this too long a line because it will dissipate the energy. And then I'm also going to use a weighted fork. I'm going to use a 144 Hertz just to really clarify this energy flow. A very good fork. Another very good fork is the next one in the Fibonacci series, down the 89. So we're just focusing that energy going up and around and down and starting the circuit again. So we really want, it's like tuning into the negative end of your battery, your human battery. We need to charge it up. We need to really draw on that electrical current that is there. Really open up the negative end first. Rather like when you charge a car up, if you connect it to another car, you need to put the negative end on first. So we start with the human body and we charge up the Earth star. Now, some of you may be interested in feeling the different effects of the forks. So I'm actually going to swap from the 144 now, just for really the purposes of this video as well, for you to learn something. I'm going to work with the 89 now, and I'd like you to sense how that is for those of you who are sensitive. Now, this is brilliant. This is really vibrating all the way up. And I tend to use the 89 more and more these days. I really want to open something up. Okay. So now I'm going to, in a moment, revert to the 174 so that you can hear too. Hopefully the tone will have cleared and we can go on to the next point in this simple procedure. And I'm beginning to feel my heart opening. So this is to me a very good indicator that it's starting to start its upward cycle and up with no impediments. Now I'm going to go back to the 174 and we're going to strike it and see what it's sounding like. So. Yeah, there's no low tones in this. It's ringing on. It's quite gentle actually. It's a Sunday morning wake up. And I'm going to now we're going to strike it again, and I'd like you to imagine a line being dropped from below your feet to the center of the earth, so that we're really connecting to the earth, so that this line of light, this line of energy that we now have going on a circuit round and through our bodies, is going to be anchored in the earth, so that we're not ungrounded. It's essential for any energy work that we're grounded. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to anchor this flow. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Feeling activation in my root and in my jawline, actually. So all these things would mean different things, and if I was doing a tuning, it would give me some indication about the session and how to proceed. I'm happy with that. We're now going to move to the sun star. And as I said, normally I would walk to the other end of the plinth and work above your crown, but now I'm going to actually, just for you to understand, this now, where your feet was, becomes your head. There's a pillow to mark the head. And we're going to, again, see what it's sounding like on the sun star. And I'll work with my left hand, just so that you can see what's going on more. Okay, there's quite a lot of thoughts going here, and this could be because it's new information, I don't know, coming to you. Yeah, okay, so this is not open at the moment. It's quite jumbled sound. We want really to get into a clear tone, and the fork really does adjust as we adjust. It reflects that. So first there's the dissonance, and then it goes into a resonant tone. So even here, it's not moving, you can see, as fast as at the feet. It's moving, it's moving out still. It's actually quite close to the head here, you see? So sun star's very close to the head. Needs to be moved out. So I'm teasing it out. So many tones in this. It's almost what I'd call a hangover tone. Fuzzy. I'm going to do a tone here too. This often helps clear it. So let's take the pendulum and see. Just, it's much easier for you because you wouldn't be able to feel the tug, but you can see. Now you can see it's swinging more, wider circle, and it's moving out a bit more. So let's see how far it moves. It's to about here. It's okay, that's okay. About 9 to 15 inches is okay from the head. So we're going to stop there and start striking above your crown. And this is like where your sun star is now sitting above your crown. And I'm sending golden energy down your body. And then when it gets to the point below the feet, it's going to do this inverted fountain all around, coming at the head. And actually some of it will actually be corkscrewing up the middle too. Some of it divides and comes up the middle in just the way that the Earth star energy did too. So we really have a double toroid here of energy. So even that like expressed itself, but it's still not clear. You really have to be a little, you have to persevere a bit here. So the best way to get this energy moving is to breathe. If you keep breathing and breathing through this light, imagine it drawing down from your head all the way through your body and down and around. Also notice anywhere in your body where you feel any twitches, you feel anything niggle. This could also be an indication to you of where the work needs doing. Now, so you may notice that the tone is actually getting louder and it's sustaining longer. So we really just now need to work on getting it a little clearer. And so I'm going to go back to the 89, which is one of my favourite forks. And I'm going to hold it on that spot. And it's a weighted fork. The 89 and the 144 are weighted forks, so you're not going to hear them. And I'll be sensing it for you. So what I'm doing in my role is to reflect what's going on. I'm not attached to it. I might get emotions going through me, and they have to just go through me, and I discharge them, you know. And then afterwards, really, I let it go. I can't even remember sometimes what's happened, because it would be very unhealthy if I was storing these feelings. Feelings or moods or emotions now. This is all about connecting to the cosmic forces. We've already plugged into the Earth's forces. We're now trying to establish a very good connection, very positively strong connection to the cosmic forces, because we really are held between Earth and cosmos. We're like the bridge between heaven and earth, if you like. So we're now really, I'm really sensing this anyway, and I hope you are, that it's going down the body, out the feet and round up your back, up, swelling everywhere around your large protective edge. So as we build up our inner core, we're also building up our perimeters. This is very good for building up immunity, building up psychic protection, protection against forces we don't particularly want to entertain, just so we have a strong bubble that we can interact from. It also actually helps us interact with everything around us, but without being stuck in the head, or maybe in this case the brain seemed to be really slowed down and half asleep, so I'm waking it up this morning. I'm aware it's Sunday morning and there's probably a lot of people might be lying in, so if it's live, but this could be for the future and other people listening too, of course. So one more strike, the intent to open the flow. Feel it really now in the brow and the buttocks. My feet firmly on the ground. All right, and now let's try the 174 again, okay? Let's see what the strike is sounding like. Oh, this is more harmonious tone. It's sustainable and it has more energy. So on the next strike, I'm going to imagine a golden thread going up from above our crown, and it goes to the central sun in our universe. Not just our physical sun, but the central sun in the universe. Because this will be connecting to the emotional energy of the sun. Because everything is about emotion. So we're actually grounded in the earth, and now we're actually open to the positive energies of the sun, so essential to our well-being, of course. And do breathe. I'm getting a little sense that people are catching their breath because my breathing follows what the recipient is doing. Really trust. It's about trusting the process and trusting life and trusting yourself. Just trust that everything will unfold for the highest good for you and for all. Okay, so now we've connected. We have definitely made an establishment now between the positive and the negative end of your battery. There's a flow going. And the next stage, if it was a real live session, you know, on a remote basis at the moment, I would be tuning into where to work with, you know, on you as a priority to help clear whatever you came to get help with, or indeed just to see where spirit would take you with it. Now, I really now want to do something extra because we live in times of great flux, and there are two forks I've mentioned before, the Fibonacci series, the 144 and the 89. And I want to place one either end of your Earth star and Sun star. I'll probably put this 144 at the head and the 89 at the feet. So you're not going to see the one at the feet because of the way that the video is set up, the size of the room, etc. And I'm going to hold these apart at the two ends of your battery so that and I'm going to allow that flow to really build up. And this is actually to call in any new energies that you may be open to receiving, to unblock you even further so that you can be more open to the healing energies that are there in our times so that we can help transform ourselves, because that's what's required of us now. So these are really special forks, and I'm going to be doing this now, and I'd like you to continue breathing and relaxing. You should be finding this relaxing. Whoops. I'm going to have to strike them both and hold it. In fact, I could probably move this. Let's just see if I can, so that you may be able to see. No, I don't know. Sorry about this. Just seeing if I could get it more. Yeah, okay, never mind. And finally, I'm going to slightly change the angle of the camera. There we are. And I think we'll be able to see it all now. There we are. Feel a lot of energy at the feet. And at the end of this session, you may like to go bare feet on the grass to really ground anything, or drink more water. And I'm going to bring them into the solar plexus, and I'm going to Do this in one strike. Bring them into the solar plexus. So you gather in all these energies into the center of your core, and then you're going to lift them up to source, to connect you to source. And I'm going to do one more thing. Thank you. I'm going to do one more thing now. That is to take the pendulum again and actually see where the energy is now, how it's doing. That's one. So we're going to try the feet first. You probably won't see it because it's going off the screen. Let me just move this up a little bit. There you are. I can tell you already it's going a lot more. It's really strong now. Really. So it goes out to about here now. It's expanded to, and then if we go up to the sun star. It's brilliant. It's really, really done well. Yeah. So that's it, everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy. Take care. If you want a session, it's remotebiofieldtuning.com, and my name's Jackie, and I'll be very happy to meet you. Blessings. Bye.